フルカウンター
Alright lads, welcome back to the Grand Cross video, and today what I want to do is go through the whole ReZero event and tell you everything you need to know about the whole event, because there is some changes towards global, and I'll get through that in a second. But before we start, boys, if you're new, subscribe. We're doing Grand Cross every single day in the sport. If you can hit the like button, it does let me know you don't enjoy the videos. Plus, we'll grind each day, man. Some of these videos take a while to make. Like that 11 video I uploaded probably before or after this took a while to make too. So I would appreciate the like as well. So more people can see it. It helps the video out there too. So I will appreciate that. So quickly, if you don't already know, the actual release date is confirmed to be the 11th of May, so literally in a week's time. They did say in dev notes that we are having a month-long event of collabs, so we've already had the first collab, so it's not rocket science to figure out, well, the next collab is going to be ReZero. They kind of already teased it, it's just they haven't actually said the official release date, but we already know it's in a week's time, so I just want to throw that in there in case you actually don't know when the actual release date is. Okay, so on the timeline right now, you can probably scroll through the video and go to parts you want to see. I'm going to go to a little bit of detail and pretty generalize a lot of the stuff to go around the event because I don't want to make the video too long. But let's start with the banner. So the banner has been buffed, which is actually a massive thing for me because it saved me 600 diamonds, right? It's a free rotation for me because how much damage I'm going to spend on this banner. But to go over it quickly, what they've done is they made it so every 600 damage you spend on the banner, rather than getting just the one character, you get the guaranteed character. So for example, I would pick either Rem or Emilia, and then when I do pick them, I also get 100 damage back. So essentially, one rotation costs 500. But you have to have 600 in total to get that 100 back, right? So it's a little bit of give and take. I don't think anyone can complain about this. It's actually quite funny because the reason why they're doing this was because on JP, there was a bug where some users kept on summoning past 600 without picking their guaranteed character. And they ended up giving everyone who spent 600 diamonds on that banner an extra 100 diamonds for every 600 they spent, right? But the thing was, after they patched that glitch or bug, after people found out about it, they didn't refund people afterwards if you summoned. So we're lucky on global for the fact that for the whole 2 weeks, we can keep on summoning and keep on getting 100 diamonds back every time we do get to 600 loyalty points. And I would assume it's every 600 diamonds. There's no cap on it because there wasn't on JP. And the way they made it sound like every 600 diamonds you get 100 back. So it makes sense for it to not be just once or twice, right? And moving on to the banner and the drop rate as well, is should be the exact same as actual Stranger Things. I'll throw out the banner on screen now. A little bit disappointing. I don't think they're going to buff it just for the fact they made Stranger Things also 0.25. So there's a very good chance that everyone, or I guess the ReZero banner will be 0.25 like JP. And well, the filler rate too is yeah, don't expect anyone good on it. I mean, to be fair, you're only resummoning for the ReZero units, and that's kind of, I mean, bro, they know what they're doing, man. They make collabs so expensive, and then they put on, like, really bad banners, too. So, hopefully we get better luck, and hopefully you lot do, when you do summon, get some good luck, and hopefully pull at least one Rem or also Emilia as well. I'll get to them later on, basically. Okay, to go over, because I know a lot of you, including myself, will be trying to get Emilia 6-6. How much damage do you need to spend? You do have to spend, I believe it's 3.6k, right, to get the guaranteed 6 times. That's assuming you don't pull Emilia once. But because we get the refund, well, basically, the 6th rotation is free, because when you do 5 rotations, or it's not free, you get like a 500 back, so you essentially get like a free rotation for the 6th one. So when you do 5 rotations, you basically get a free rotation. That makes sense, right? So I mean, it saved me what was it, a couple hundred diamonds, plus I was able to do an extra rotation on Stranger Things because of that new buff banner, which is great. And yeah, it's gonna be quite expensive, so hopefully you lot do get lucky. I'm hoping to get at least Emilia and also Ram 6-6 because they're the two I'll be using the most. And yeah, hopefully I don't get shafted too much. Okay, to go over the characters briefly, not going to go too much detail, but I kind of go over what they do a little bit, and also go over their kits, right, and a little, the equipment they want to have, right, their gear. So Emilia is the best one here. She is a top tier unit if she is 6-6. The main reason why, because she does have Lost Veins ultimate, to where basically what she can do is stall all game. She's scary. She's so scary. The way she can freeze on the tier 1, lower ult gauge, basically. She can't be attacked twice, so if they do try and kill her, they'll get frozen for 2 turns, which is insane. So she can annoy you all game, stop you from attacking, stop you from playing. But then when she gets her ultimate, she can kill everyone if it's 6-6. So that's the kind of the caveat about her. It's like, oh, do you want to get a dupe tower? I would say 4-6 like okay, a little bit good, but bear in mind she isn't Lost Vein, although she has Lost Vein's ultimate, so she hasn't got the stats. And for her gear, she's gonna be running HP defense, so you're gonna be doing less damage overall than how Lost Vein would. But overall, it's a pretty good character, and I mean, I would get anyway. But you got Puck as the floating character, boys. You gotta get her. Victory! Moving on, we do have Rem, who is another top tier unit, and she's actually quite insane. So let me just say this: she has a passive that gives amplified stacks, so it's attack related stats up to 5 times, so 5 buffs there for herself, and she does that by herself too, which is sick. She also heals herself when she gets max orb gauge, so she increases her HP by 30%. Or she increases she heals for like max 30% HP. And believe me, boys, this is massive. In one of my games, I won't be able to show it because I don't have the clip, but I got a free merger, healed myself, and I survived it, and I won because of that. So trust me, her passive is nasty, and it goes well with her skills because, well, she does have an amplify card, so literally, she don't have to worry about anyone buffing her up. She does it herself. It's super sick and some nasty damage. The next one is this skill here, which is also nasty, and that is it lowers ultimate damage, so it's actually quite sick. But the best part is, when you do get to tier 2 and tier 3, not only does it lower the damage, it also cancels any ultimate effects. So if you have death damage for Escanor, doesn't work. If you have Assault Melee's ultimate where he buffs up himself, doesn't work. If you have Elizabeth ultimate, doesn't work. Lolly Merlin doesn't put up a shield. Any blue effect on the actual ultimate gets cancelled, and it's AoE too, boys. So not only that, it does massive damage as well, so you could just use it for this literally do damage. It's insane. And the gear you want to use for her, to be honest, it's probably attack defense, because she is obviously red, so she can die very, very easy towards the one. You could go crit, but to be fair, she's a collab hero, so you're probably gonna, not gonna have the highest CC, and not bringing defense, you're gonna lose quite a bit of CC. And if you don't start first, then you could possibly lose. So I would definitely say get her, attack defense. Okay, so moving on to the other sister, we do have Ram, and she's another top tier unit a little bit. So what she does is she actually increases unknown stats by 20%, which is good because, well, a lot of the collab characters that we're going to see in the future are either unknown or human. So this is very good to have this, right? Plus, Lolly Merlin, bear in mind, Lolly Merlin is a top tier unit, so she gets a free basic stats, and it does work in the sub slot or the 4th slot, so top tier. And when she comes in, she has a stun, which is sick. She also has a rupture, so if they have Elizabeth shield, you can just get rid of it very, very easy. And you have this skill here, which I believe the exact same as either Agreement or Death Pierce. It's just AoE, lowest attack, not too much damage, but to be fair, it is obviously low on attack. It's massive. Okay, so like I said before, since she is in the 4th slot and she can be used more of a support character a little bit as well, you want to run HP defense because you want to start first. And if you don't start first, it's going to be a bit yikes, but yeah, HP defense, very simple. Okay, so moving on to Beatrice. A little bit disappointing. To be fair, you don't want to get her. I mean, maybe for collection, that's it, but she's not too crazy. She has, this skill here, which actually just does lifesteal, and it goes with a passive. She's not a good unit. She's literally only used for PvE content, but even then, do you really need it? She's literally a shocking unit, honestly. I'm actually upset because she's one of my favorites, to be fair. But yeah, honestly, just get this character. If you get her, unlucky. Or if you get her, nice, right? But if you get a second time, then unlucky, because you could have got someone like Emilia, which would have been way better to get more dupes for. So yeah, that is the characters. The quickly go over the cosmetics. Interesting, actually, because, well, I don't have it because I didn't pay for them. Plus, I didn't get all the cosmetics for free. But Ram, considering she actually is the 4th slot character, she does get 5, 5, 5. So if you notice how every collab unit normally has like 5 costumes, 5 headpieces, but like 4 weapons, I believe Ram is the only one that has every collab character that has 5, 5, 5. So that's great for CC wise. So like I did say, she's gonna be used in a sub slot with HP defense. So again, every single cosmetic for her would be quite good. But bear in mind, once again, you have to spend money, so it's a yikes. But if you are going to be wailing a bit or even spend a little bit of money, she is the one you want to go for, at least for cosmetics. And then obviously the ones you want to use the most, so Emilia and Rem. Personally myself, I will only be buying Ram, and also Emilia. Not going to really worry about Beatrice because she's kind of dead. Maybe I can't really look like because I didn't buy any myself, but there are some free outfits too, which are kind of nice, but once again, the paired ones are the better ones. Okay, so to go over the teams, bear in mind, you want to get a lot of these guys duped out, but literally this team right here is the best team on JP. The top 3 players in JP are using this team, and well, because Ram increases Lolly Merlin's basic stats, unreal damage you get to, like, basically, without even using Gopher. Emilia, once again, a stall unit. You don't even need green Gopher no more, because she does have that dissolve for free. Well, not free, but she has that dissolve card and freeze too, which is unreal. You have a stun, and then a shield, and then a Revivus. Well, it's just such a toxic team. It's so, like, this team is so toxic because Lolly Merlin can't die in 3 hits. Well, she takes 3 hits to die. Emilia, you can't attack twice in one turn by the same person, so otherwise they get frozen. Elizabeth, super toxic, shield. It's a stupid team, and obviously Ram is swallowing the sub just because, well, you have to get the unknown stats. Obviously you don't have to use I mean, you could bring, you gotta bring Elizabeth. You could bring Gopher, but you don't need it. And then moving on to, I guess, the Rem team is probably this team here. Bear in mind, you can't, since they are unknown units, you cannot bring green Gopher. But to be fair, you don't really need it because, well, they're getting Ram support. So I mean, you could bring green Gopher to get the ult drain if you run into too many ones, because green Gopher does have type advantage. But overall, this is another good team as well. And those are the 2 best teams. I mean, maybe you can mix between, like, Gopher and Emilia again. That kind of depends on the ultimate levels though. And lastly, to go over the actual event itself, we do have a story mode which you do versus the white whale. So it's not like a conquest, he's not like a raid boss, he's literally just in the story mode. You will verse him quite a lot of times. To be fair, the story mode's kind of lackluster a bit because, well, they use that gimmick of Subaru dying and restarting, but they don't do it too well because you play through a whole story mode, but you do basically 4 times because of how Subaru's power works because of him dying. It's a little bit boring, but it's fun to see them. Weirdly enough, they didn't put Beatrice in the cutscenes. Beatrice, I don't think, is even in the story mode, so it's very weird they added her, not Subaru. Yeah, it's very weird. And then the big boss, we do have Beetlejuice, which is unreal animations. He's so sick. He's like, they did him perfectly. And hopefully, if we do get a part 2 in the future, we can get Subaru and also Beetlejuice as an actual character, because his voice lines and his whole gimmick is so sick, man. I love him. I love him. But yeah, that is it for today's event. Hopefully, you're now up to date with the ReZero event, and hopefully you're looking forward to it as much as I am, because I can't wait. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and yeah, leave a second round to leave a like and a comment as well. But yeah, thank you for watching, and peace.